Hello everyone and welcome to another Timeless video. So today we're taking a look at blue-black temple deck in Timeless format. So this list comes from Novos, who's been having a very good success with this deck in the ladder. So I want to check it out because apparently this deck is very good against other mid-range decks. Now if you know me, I wanted to add 2 copies of Stifle in the deck, but before I could even add that in, Novos stopped me before I could even do so. So there's not going to be any Stifles this time around, which makes me very sad. So something that's really busted about this deck is actually this card, Hydroponics Architect, and the Tamiyo interaction. So I hadn't really thought about this interaction until someone pointed it out. So if you have Hydroponics Architect and Tamiyo in your opening hand with a copy of Brainstorm, what you do is you play the Hydroponics Architect, and now opponent has to respond to this card. Especially if you went first and they just played 1 mana, now they have to decide whether to kill the Architect or potentially a Tamiyo coming out. And once your turn comes back, if you just attack with the Hydroponics Architect once, now you've already immediately generated another value. So before this happens, opponent is incentivized to actually use a removal spell on the Hydroponics Architect, which I think is pretty busted, because now you get to transform the Tamiyo immediately. Now, vice versa, if you play the Tamiyo first, now it's a little bit awkward because if you attacked with the Tamiyo, you still have to spend mana to draw a card, compared to something like an Architect cracking a fetch land and then just drawing a card instantly. So I hadn't realized this interaction until today. It's also something that I haven't really been seeing other people do it either. It is a 3-card combo, so it doesn't come up too often, but it is a very scary interaction that could transform the Tamiyo almost immediately, and it could just take over the game. And compared to some of the other tempo decks out there, this deck isn't even playing something like the Mana Drain, and only relying on Flare of Denials, which is also pretty interesting as well. I kind of fear that if you meet a combo deck, it might struggle a little bit because of the fact that it doesn't have much interaction spells. Because outside of Flare of Denial, you have things like Bloodship Stirs and Fatal Push, but those cards don't really do anything against a combo deck. So you're only relying on Flare of Denial, which might be a little bit hard. But in the sideboard, we also have things like 4 copies of Thoughtseizes and 4 copies of Commandeer. So a lot of the sideboard is actually dedicated towards beating a combo deck, and the main deck is just primarily going to be focused on beating other mid-range decks, with having more removal spells and having a lot of subtleties. So we'll see how this one does against combo deck. So having said that, I'm going to be hopping over to some Timeless First of 3 to show you guys how the deck does. So let's hop on there. Alright, we got Hydroponics Architect, Subtleties, plus Flare. What's not to like? Okay, we're dealing against like a combo deck, it seems. Good thing we have a Subtlety and a Flare. So they're gonna discard. Seems like a Reanimator, maybe? Okay, we love that. Ooh, they have another one. So they're gonna do that again next turn. Wow. So we have a bit of a trouble, huh? We have a bit of a trouble here. So Fatal Push isn't gonna do anything. So we have a copy of a Brazen Bee. Wait, they have a Baraglyph, huh? Okay, it looks like we have to draw it. Do we actually? We Subtlety here. Because I don't think there's enough time to use a Fatal Push. If I draw this, I need a removal spell for this Aatroxa immediately. Oh, I ran out of time. So I guess I'm drawing it.
No! I'm late for class!
So I'll take the 7. Okay, hard game. Hard game. So I'll deal 3 damage and then 4, so that's not even enough to block the Atroxa here, so... So currently I'm looking for another land into Bloodchief's Thirst or Brazen Bee. They got another Baragoyf. So we did get a Bloodchief's Thirst. But I need a land. I'm chump blocking 2 at a time. I definitely need a land right now. Oh my god. They just keep drawing the nuts. Alright, this game's over. So... Fatal Push is kind of good because it removes like Baragoyf and Grief. I think the Bowmaster's really good. Ghost Vacuum seems really good as well. I'm just not sure about the Commandeer. I think I should just have Thoughtseize and just call it a day. Yeah, let's actually go down onto Fatal Pushes. Pretty hard to sideboard. I feel like the sideboard needs another Brazen Bee. Okay. I don't like my chances at all. I would say it's pretty bad. A Thoughtseize. Okay. I think I want to top a Thoughtseize, probably. But if I do that, they're gonna take away the Bowmaster. Maybe I just do this. Okay, so they have a Grief right now. Alright. I can't believe opponent's playing Sheoldred, by the way. So if I take away the Sheoldred, they can Dark Ritual into Grief next turn. And then they'll take away my Subtlety. Okay. Sure.
This is an interesting story.
Right, tough game. Tough game. Think I'm just gonna take the damage here. I'll play the Orcish Bowmaster. Should I Surveil? I feel like I should. Mystic Sanctuary, get back a Brainstorm. Transform to Tameo. I feel like that's not so bad. This is only dealing 2 damage to the Tameo. That's a very good card. So I probably want this on top. Yeah.
In the right hands, I am not.
So even if they suddenly like reanimate something, we can Brazen Bee. I really wish we had another Brazen Bee on the sideboard.
Clearly, you're not here to learn.
All right. Let me see. So I wish I can play this turn, but I don't think we can. Probably have to bounce this. So even if they replay the Shaldred, we win the game. Okay. So definitely Reanimate's very, very powerful. I wonder if I should play Commandeer. Okay, so 4 Commandeers. I'm gonna try 4 Commandeers. What do we take out? That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Do we not want... I mean, Orcish Bowmaster was good, but we have to cut something for Commandeer. And I'm afraid of cutting the Fatal Push too. No, it's too hard to sideboard. You know what? I'm gonna cut Orcish Bowmaster because it's a black card for the Commandeer, which isn't very synergistic. Oh no. That cannot be right. Like, yeah, I just refuse to believe it. Looting. Ah, maybe I should have kept it. No. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. No freaking way. Actually, no freaking way. What a pickup. Oh my god. Are we supposed to have more ghost vacuums? Is that it? Are we supposed to have more ghost vacuums? So I'm not afraid of like creature coming down at the moment, so I'm just going to play out my Psychic Frog. Belmerk. If you cast a spell for its impending cause, it enters with the 5 counters, and it isn't a creature until the last is removed. So I believe on stack I could have subtletied, but I don't think it's good idea. Okay, so we even have a commandeer here.
If you need me, I'll be in the library.
I was really hoping for another blue card for the subtlety.
Every plane has stories to share. Violence is not the answer.
That is an interesting card that they have in the deck. Swamp in the Mountain. I feel like I need to probably subtlety this and get rid of a commandeer. Wow, I can't believe they surrendered. It's an excellent hand. Okay, we're drawing a bit too many subtleties. I'm gonna shock to see if I can get something here. Okay. Okay, I mean, so far so good. I like what I'm seeing. We're getting our land drops. We got to our 3rd mana for the Flare of Denial. I wonder if I should Brazen Bee the Deathray Shaman here. Okay, I'm gonna actually... Let's say I bounce this. Then opponent has 3 mana next turn. And I still have a Flare of Denial and Subtlety up. And let's say... Okay, I mean, let's see what they surveil first. They might have 3rd land. They replay this. Leave up 2 mana. I think I'm just going to bounce this right now. I think they're looking for a land. Double Brainstorm's not that great. Wow. Is like a Teferi gonna come down? Land, Chrome Mox. Into Teferi? Oh my god. I'm baffled. An Orem's Chant in Show and Tell deck. Wow. Well, the thing is, I didn't know what they were playing. Like, the thing is, they played a Deathray Shaman, right? The opponent played a Deathray Shaman. And then all of a sudden, you see Orem's Chant. I don't think anybody would have actually expected that to happen. You know? I think we just go with this. Yeah, that's... that was that was definitely not on my bingo sheet to see a show and tell from a Deathray Shaman and an Orem's Chant. I expected something like a Teferi or something like that. You know what I mean? Oh, maybe I shouldn't have actually played this. Grab the Flooded Strand there. I should have waited until I attacked again with the Psychic Frog. Also, drawing double Bloodsheep Thirst, definitely not ideal, I would say. Okay, I'm just going to raise the power of my Psychic Frog here. Hmm. Okay. Play another Psychic Frog. I'm scared that the same thing's gonna happen again, you know? Kinda scared that the same thing's gonna happen again. Alright. Seems like they just went for it this time. Why? Yeah, I don't know why they just went for it. Oh, we won. I mean, I wouldn't say we won, but... definitely a good potential we just win here. Let's say I get rid of an Aatroxa. There's 4 cards in the yard, so Aatroxa Flooded Strand is going to give them a 2 mana Dig Through Time. I think we get rid of a Dig Through Time here. Yeah. Stock up. Okay. Let's see what we can find. Treasure Cruise? Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's actually not enough to win the game immediately. Need another... I need to draw something. Commandeer. Orcish Bowmaster. That might be enough to win the game. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I should actually be pumping one card. I think I deal 7 damage in case opponent can crack to play Brainstorm here. Okay. So even if they get the Aatrox out, we can just Bowmaster twice, right? Yeah, they're dead. Let me count how many blue cards we have. This is enough, right? 8, 10, 13, 17, 18, 22. Oh yeah, 26. I think that's enough for the Commandeer. Oh, I don't like this hand too much. But I'm gonna keep it. Hopefully we draw land. So we got a Thoughtseize. I have to Thoughtseize. So they got 2 Swords of Plowshares. And the opponent to play something like a Stalk Up. Okay, we got a land. We got another land. I think we just keep drawing lands. I don't think we play the Hydroponics Architect here. Because opponent has swords anyways. And I need this card to commandeer, you know? So the fact that opponent shocked this probably means they drew a Veil of Summer. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What to do? I think we just pass. Okay, we got a Brainstorm. Those swords are actually kind of annoying. I think we pass again. I think we have to take advantage of the fact that opponent only has one Hallowed Fountain. Cameo after I Brainstorm. Lovely. So they got only 2 swords. I'll bait out swords with this.
Is there a deeper meaning to
I messed up too. I should have put the Blood Sheep Stirs on top. So that was definitely a mistake on my part. So this is a Veil of Summer, huh? Oh, I made a mistake. Yeah, I made a mistake this game. Yikes. I made a mistake. I mean, if they're letting me attack, that's really good for me. So Polluted Delta. Do I want to draw? So that's an island. So we need to make sure that opponent gets rid of their Veil of Summer here, right? They're gonna let it transform.
I'd rather avoid a fight. But I'm not so easily. I am not defenseless.
So we get rid of opponent's Veil of Summer. Now the question is, do I want to steal it? Do I want to steal this Veil of Summer here? It doesn't do anything if I steal it, by the way. I think I just have to let this go. I have to hold up a Commandeer and the Flare of Denial. Okay. Here we go. This is pretty bad, right? I guess we have to do this. Close one. Close one. Very, very close one. And then we have to get, I guess, another Flare of Denial? Or should I grab a Thoughtseize? Thoughtseize or Flare of Denial? I'll go with the Thoughtseize here.
Exceptional story.
Oh, their hand looks crazy, actually. Yeah, their hand looks a little bit crazy. Psychic Frog. The thing is, they have 2 removal spells. Man, they have so many removal spells in that deck. It's nuts. Maybe I try forcing out some stuff. Nice.
I am not defenseless.
Nice. Very nice. Okay, at least I'm a little bit confident now because now we have a counter spell. Another swords. I think I'm just going to grab another counter spell with the Tamio. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they can hard cast the Atroxa.
Use your words.
But that's fine if they just hard cast the Atroxa here. What's not fine is if they have a Veil of Summer plus another card. Okay, so if I draw my deck, I have 2 Flare of Denials and 2 Commandeers, and we also have some like Treasure Cruise. So Fragment Reality comes out. I think I'm going to draw my deck. It would be very unlucky for me to not see like 4 spells, in my opinion.
The history of the multiverse is at my
Okay, we got Commandeers. We also got a Thoughtseize, so I feel like we won. Wow, that is crazy scary, by the way. That would have been really scary if they had a Shiwantel as well. Let's get rid of the Omniscience there. I'll set up a Tamio. Have the Flare of Denial mana up. Or the Brazen Bee.
stayed up too late
And I think we should be good.
again.
Right, GG's. Oh my god. That was a crazy close game. Okay, so this is the thing that people were talking about, right? We lead with the Hydroponics Architect, and then if, right, if opponent removes, because now they're forced to remove this before this gets an attack, right? Otherwise, like, it's really bad for them. But if they do that, then they're greeted with the Tamio plus a Brainstorm, you know? What is going on? Oh no!
I've read nearly the entire library.
Scary. I'm gonna go with another Water Grave in case opponent has like a Strip Mine here. So we want to draw into Flooded Strand or Fatal Push in case opponent has like a removal spell. What do we want to bottom? I guess if opponent has Thoughtseize, we want double Flare of Denials here. So I guess we have to bottom a Psychic Frog and draw into a push.
This is not just a battle of arms, but a think before you act.
So this means the opponent has a natural order, right? Alright, there's that natural order. Natural order gone.
Use your words.
Wary Zone Guard. Okay. I think I'm going to let my opponent grab a land. I think I like my Psychic Frog. As long as there are 4 or more card types exiled. I see. I really want to draw, but
I am not defenseless.
okay. I don't think I'm going to be blocking this. Maybe I do. Card types. They got another Wary Zone Guard. I don't think I care about any of those cards there. Alright, so, I mean, let's think about this, right? So how much do we even care about the Psychic Frog? Let's be honest. We're gonna draw our entire deck. Right? So they get creature, land. I don't think there's a sorcery. Right. We are winning. Toxic Deluge. Thought seizes in. Wait, this deck doesn't even play Flute, by the way. Does that even make sense when there's one rings going around? Maybe we don't even want Thoughtseize, actually. We probably want Ghost Vacuum for the Strip Mine. And, I think that's it. I'll maybe take out a copy of a Psychic Frog. Actually, no. Let's take out a copy of a Orcish Bowmaster. Wait, I need to cut 2 more cards! I forgot! No! Alright, we have a Subtlety, but that's about it. Brazen Bee is really good. I should have actually played the island in case of a Strip Mine coming out. That's my bad. That's my bad. So Deathray Shaman comes out. Yeah, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. That's definitely on me. Like, that was, like, entirely my fault for that to happen. So I think like a 3-mana card is gonna come out, and I'm gonna Subtlety here. And the next turn, I'm gonna Brazen Bee. Toxic Deluge. Maybe I should have played this. I need to get a land here. Ah, that's a land, but it's not the land that I want. It's not the land that I want. Yeah. So I need to top deck a land here. Rough, rough, rough. Alright, so maybe I want Bloodsheep's Thirst to get rid of those cards, and obviously I just missed sideboarded. I need to cut 3 cards. Seems like Treasure Cruise wasn't as good as I thought. I think Bowmaster is really bad. But I think I'm gonna keep this one since we're going first this time. That first hand was so good in game 1. It was just so beautiful. Okay, so they're going to take away my Psychic Frog here. Treasure Cruise right now, I don't think it's very good. Raisin Borrower is pretty good though. Actually surprised they didn't take the Flare. Green Sun Zenith for 2. What does 2 get them? Sight Cat Cub. Okay. Here comes the Strip Mines. Probably have to let that go. Toxic Deluge, sure. Not bad. I think we can race them. They're taking a lot of damage. Like, we have a Subtlety coming out next turn as well. They have to deal with the Brazen Bee. A 1-mana card. What is a 1-mana card gonna do? And now we have a Subtlety next turn. This Scythe Cat Cub is definitely very scary though. Can I find a removal spell for that somehow? Wow, that thing is pretty big actually. might have to just Toxic Deluge here. Or... we have a Fatal Push. We have a Fatal Push. So what to do? The Elvish Reclaimer means that it's actually making this fatter right now. I could... maybe I should just Toxic Deluge here and then Fatal Push whatever comes out and then we Subtlety. That's probably better. Yeah, that's probably better. It's just too threatening. Like, opponent's so low already. Like, I don't know. Oh, wow. Can I... okay, I did not see that coming. Oh my god. We lost. Wow. I did not see natural order coming. Ooh. Alright, GG's, I think. That was crazy. Wow. We actually lost this one. So even if I top deck a removal spell, I lose. I just didn't think that a natural order would come out. Because it was between like me fatal pushing this Deathray Shaman or like a 3-mana card coming out. But then if a 3-mana card came out, I still had a subtlety, so this random thought partition actually saved them, right? Because it became a white card, I couldn't subtlety. Right, GG's. Oh my god. It looks a lot better. I think I'm going to keep the other Tameo. I'm gonna grab the Watery Grave in case the opponent has a Strip Mine, like...
I must investigate this scroll further.
okay, so this is like, Affinity? It's like an Affinity? Should I be scared? There's no way they play Strip Mine with that land, right? No, it's like... it's probably not an Affinity, but it's like... oh god. What's going on? I'm so scared. Okay, thank god. There's no guarantee that I'm gonna be drawing another land here. So I think we just pass with the Bowmaster up. What is going on? Rocket? Sacrifice, 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 sacrifice. Does this matter? I mean, I see what they're trying to do. I think it's a Serpent deck that I played. Except they're playing things like Gleeful Demolition. right?
This is an interesting story.
Yeah, I think opponent's playing that serpent card that requires you to sacrifice 6 permanents. By the way, if that card comes down, I'd probably lose the game. Okay. Opponent draws. A bit scared about that Wish Claw Talisman as well. The Tamiya transform, so now we have Flare of Denial, do that again. We can even go like Flare of Denial, Mystic Sanctuary, draw a card, Flare of Denial. So I feel like we are in a pretty good spot at the moment. Unless we like somehow magically die. Okay. Woo. Mission accomplished. So I probably want some Thought Seizes in this matchup. It seems like a combo deck. I'm not really 100% sure what it could be. Besiege the Mirror probably means that they are playing like a Storm card. Do I need Commandeer? Do I need Commandeer here? Subtlety is definitely going. Yeah, I think a Commandeer has to come in. And then I'm going to potentially go down on like Fatal Push. Like I'm not really sure. Like if I mean I guess they can't play Emery. So maybe I do that. All right. Got a Thoughtseize. I think I'm gonna Thoughtseize first and then into a Tamio into a Brainstorm. So they got a Dark Ritual. I don't really care about this Path of Pearl at the moment. This card is actually kind of interesting. But definitely this is the card that I think is like the most dangerous at the moment. That is so cool. So if my opponent rips Beseech, I guess I lose the game. But I just discarded one. So I think I'm gonna go for it. It's just so highly unlikely that they would rip a Beseech here.
Nothing like warm tea and a fascinating story.
I'll hide that Thoughtseize.
Tell me everything you know about this plane. Respect the library.
So the goblins are kind of useless at the moment. Very nice. And then we're going to Thoughtseize again. Ooh, Veil of Summer. Pretty nice.
Use your words.
I guess I'd rather sacrifice a Tamio and the Psychic Frog at the moment.
This is an interesting story.
I just want to set up the Tamio before I deploy the Psychic Frog because opponent has a Path of Pearl. I think there's a good chance opponent actually has their combo piece right now. Because why would they develop Summer? That means they're waiting for another green source. Right? I feel like that's what's happening right now. Another green source or another black source. I'll play the Psychic Frog, since I can now kind of protect it. Strike it rich. So if they have so they still can't do Dark Ritual into Besiege into Veil of Summer right now. Now they can, but I have double counter spells, so okay, so they could have that Storm card, so I think I'm just going to deny it now. Because if they go Tendrils of Agony, I die, right? Because I think that's what they're trying to do. Right?
So many stories to
Right, so we got Thoughtseize. Looks like we got double Flare of Denial, so I'll play this one first. So we can Flare of Denial like the Veil of Summer away. Actually I can Commandeer as well. So yeah, Path of Pearl go. Play a Watery Grave. Play Hydroponics. And I think we just get rid of opponent's Dark Ritual and this game is over. Leyline of Sanctity. I don't need to do this, but since I have a lot of cards, why not? Actually, so how many cards do I have? Oh, we could have just won. What am I doing? Oh my god, I am throwing right now. Yeah, we could just win. My bad. It's been such a long time since I played a Psychic Frog with Tamio that I had completely forgotten that this is possible. Alright. GG's. I was promised an easy win in the ladder, but it was much difficult than I thought. So the most broken thing about this deck now is that we have a Hydroponics Architect with a Tamio, which means that if you play the Hydroponics Architect and then you have a Brainstorm and Tamio as a follow-up, this is almost guaranteed to transform because if you attack with this card just once, you're going to draw a card. So opponent needs to stop that, which means they're going to utilize one of their mana, right, on turn 1 into killing this, which means the Tamio gets a free transform. So that is really, really powerful. Unfortunately, we actually didn't see this combination of cards like too much. I think it came up once. Also in a match that I lost as well, which was a really cool deck, by the way. The deck that I lost to, it definitely caught me off guard. Other things to mention. I thought the combo matchup wasn't gonna be that great, but all the combo matchups we actually beat, which was very cool. And it was actually the mid-range deck that gave us the most trouble. One thing to note, something I don't really like about this deck is it doesn't have a flute. I think that might be a mistake. I know the flute isn't very good against like show and tell as we think it is, but it's really good against things like strip mines and the One Ring. Let me tell you, there's a lot of strip mines and One Ring in the ladder, so I feel like you might need that. Although, having 4 copies of Thoughtseizes and 4 copies of Commandeer meant that our matchup versus the combo deck was not as bad as I thought. There's like a little bit of a trade-off. If you see more like strip mines and things like that, I think the flute is very good, especially if opponents also playing things like One Ring. It also kind of stops things like Deathray Shamans as well sometimes, like if you don't have your Fatal Pushes or Bloodchief Thirst. So definitely something to think about. Other than that, there seems to be a lot of reanimators going on at the moment. So maybe it's like a pretty good time to be playing something like a Containment Priest in the sideboard. So there might be another like meta shift coming up because a lot of people are playing mid-range at the moment. Now people are starting to try to beat those decks by playing things like Combo, Reanimator, things like that. So yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.